Want to welcome everyone as we begin our goat show for this afternoon here at the Southeastern Youth Fair. Once again, our tradition is that we begin each of our shows with a pledge to the American flag, our 4-H and our FFA mottos, and then we will open up in a word of prayer. We have Hunter Rice representing the Dunnellon 4-H today, who is going to lead us in our pledge. Allison Murdoch is going to do the 4-H pledge from Bellevue Middle. Lila Benson's going to lead us our FFA motto. And then Bryce Ford from Trinity Catholic is going to lead us in our prayer. And so if you would stand, please, and remove your cover as Hunter leads us in the pledge to the United States American flag.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living for my club, my community, my country, and my world.
The FFA motto: learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, living to serve.
Please bow with me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for allowing us to be part of this great industry of agriculture. Help us to be mindful each day of the value agriculture brings to our nation by providing a safe and abundant food supply. May we always remember that we depend on you for this rain and sunshine. We thank you for the opportunity to compete and participate in the Southeastern Youth Fair. We are thankful for the many volunteers that work to make this possible for each participant. We pray that good sportsmanship will prevail in each individual and that you protect that from harm as we exhibit our projects this week. We love you, Lord, and we pray this in your Son's name. Amen.
Let's give a big round of applause for these exhibitors for leading us here today. Thank you all very much for doing that. It's also a tradition for us to take the opportunity to recognize the seniors who will be showing for their last time in each of the contests this week. For those in the GOAT contest, our seniors are going to be, and they're going to take a lap around the arena today. Annabelle Edwards from the Southern Roots 4-H. Bailey K. Loy of the Forest High FFA. Brianna Lopez of the Stars and Stripes 4-H. Brinley Sapp of the Forest High FFA. Chloe Davis of the Wild and Country 4-H. Erica Estrada of the Dunnellon High FFA. Giovanna Rosario of the Trinity Catholic FFA. Jasmine Raymond of the Westport High FFA. Kyle Rich of Kendrick 4-H. Madison Shade of the Lucky Learners. Natalie Atkins of the Stars and Stripes. And Naomi Quintana Abrego of the Vanguard High FFA. And Savannah Ayala of the Trinity Catholic. So some of these walked earlier in the Lamb Show, and so we just want to say congratulations to all of our seniors. Thank you for being participants and exhibitors here at the Southeastern Youth Fair. We're going to begin our goat show with our market goat show. And in this first class, ready to come in, this will be our lightweight goats. We have 7 entries. They'll range from 60 to 79 pounds. We have coming into the ring Hemia Murdoch of the Prime Cuts 4-H Club. All right, here we go. Hemina Murdoch from the Prime Cuts 4-H. Also, Kaylin Long of the Vanguard High FFA. Easton Davis showing with the Country Clovers 4-H. Aubriana Casamotlo of the Southern Roots 4-H. Logan Cook of the Westport High FFA. Jillian Willoughby of the Westport High FFA, and Erica Strada showing with Dunellen High FFA. This is our lightweight class here in our Market Goat Show. We will be mentioning all throughout the week many of the partnerships that we have here through the Southeastern Youth Fair. And one of those partnerships is with the Marion County Public School System, and we are just so pleased to be able to work with them and the support that they give us here at the Southeastern Youth Fair. One of their representatives, Ben Whitehouse, Director of Student Assessments, is here with us this morning. So, Mr. Whitehouse, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here. Thank you for the support from our Marion County Public School System.
Put yours in front, yep. You bring, bring the next four over. We'll talk all six. So we start off the goat show today. Really class of goats here, and a really intriguing top pair with some differences. Certainly, if you want to align your priorities a little different and readjust some things in this lineup, there's certainly some room to talk. The goat I'm going to use to win, for me, I think is just one that's just a little more complete, a little bit nicer balanced for me. I think he's better at the base of his shoulder. I think he blends neater from shoulder into his rib cage. I think he's boulder right there coming out of his shoulder into his forearm. I think he's smoother in terms of the shape to his rack, how his rack transitions into his loin and his loin into his hip. I think he may be just a nickel more genuine in terms of his foot. I just like his overall smoothness, his silhouette. I like when we get out in motion how his sternum and chest lay up into him. The goat in second, certainly a powerhouse. Like the added extension, a lot of shape in this goat as well, big-ended type of a goat. A goat for me maybe just gets a little more bold at the base of his shoulder. Really the big difference is just coming out of his shoulder into his forearm. He's not as opened up, not as smooth from his shoulder blade into his forearm as the goat we used to start the class. Really, really nice goat coming in here in third, a little more moderate, lighter weight, giving up a little bit of weight as well. But additionally, where he runs out is maybe not quite as neat in terms of his front end construction as the two placing above him. Really, really nice goat coming in here in second with some frame and some eye appeal. Just maybe doesn't quite open up with the width down his top that we find in some of the other ones. Goat coming in next in line. Big feet on this goat, just maybe a little bit leaner, a little greener than what we find above. Just could use a little more groceries to move up. We end up the class with a pair of goats that a little bit more in terms of lightweight, goats that need some more days on feed to pack a little bit more product on those skeletons before we put them on the rail. But really, really nice group of goats. Let's give all these kids a big hand.
Congratulations to our lightweight class. Winning the class, Erica Estrada, Dunellen High FFA. In second place, Jillian Willoughby of the Westport High FFA. In third place, Easton Davis of the Country Clovers 4-H. In fourth place, this is Logan Cook of the Westport High FFA. In fifth place, showing for Southern Roots, Aubriana Colosimo. In sixth place today, Himani Murdoch of the Prime Cuts 4-H. And in seventh place, this is Caitlin Long of the Vanguard High FFA chapter. We've got class number 2. This is our middleweight class coming into the ring now. Have a chapter goat from the Forest High FFA chapter. Savannah Carter representing the Lake Weir FFA chapter. Liliana Guerrero of the Dunellen 4-H. Jenna Sinkler of the North Marion Senior FFA. Lily Hammock of the Fort McCoy Middle FFA. Anna Whitehouse of the Forest High FFA. Aubrey Sigg of the Cracker Country 4-H. Gracie Alt with the Two Rivers 4-H. Daniel Smith with the North Marion Junior FFA. Ashlyn Halleck with the Trinity Catholic FFA. And Bailey K. Loy of the Forest High FFA. This is our middleweight. These goats will range between 86 and 97 pounds. Also would like to recognize the principal of North Marion High School here with us today, Mr. Matt Johnson. Mr. Johnson, thank you, sir, for being here. We sure do appreciate, once again, your support of the Southeastern Youth Fair.
I think really, really close top pairs, certainly a lot of give and take. We'll break them down. If you want to align them differently, certainly I can understand. Goat we're going to elect to start with, to me, just excels in terms of touch. Big rack, smooth, really, really fresh, full loin. Goat that's really shallow, tucked up in his chest. Goat that when we walk in and walk away from us certainly has some width. There's some silhouette things I really like about this goat. If I could change him, certainly I like to change the way his breastplate is protruding up front. I like to relax him in the angle to his shoulder. I think he gets just the nickel too straight. Maybe wants to just open up and toe out a little bit more up front. Goat coming in second is one that I think is a little more relaxed in motion. I mean, he's a tick straight, but he has more relaxation to the angle to his front shoulder than the goat we start with, no doubt. He's not as shallow to the floor of his chest. He's probably a little bit leaner, but maybe a little cruder right here at his hip-loin transition. A little bit, his jumps popped up in the air and nickel more. Maybe we could just smooth him out into his overall handle. Goat that maybe doesn't quite have as much like center shape to his rib. He's a little deeper in his rib into the base of his chest. And but yet really, really good goat up here to be in second. Like I said, it's give and take. Each one has its advantage over the other one. Both are really, really stout, both heavy, muscled goats with a lot of touch to them, a lot of quality. I think it's back and forth. Really, really minor differences in terms of touch and structure there. Goat we're going to leave here in third is just a really complete fault-free kind of a goat that's tucked up in his chest. He's got some rib cage to him, just doesn't have that pop and touch we find in the goats placing above, but just a really nice complete one. I like his design. I like how his shoulder fits into his body a little bit better. Goat coming in here in fourth, one that maybe gets a little deeper for me, a little flatter in his overall forerib. Maybe we can make him a little bit bigger hipped. Same thing can be said for the goat coming in next in line. Maybe a little bit more shoulder to him. I just wish we could give him a little bit more shape to his forerib, a little bit more width of hip to move him up higher. Really, really good class of market goats. Really, really close top pair. Let's give them a hand.
Congratulations to our Class 2 exhibitors winning the class. That's Daniel Smith showing the North Marion Junior chapter goat. In second place, this is Jenna Sinkelin of the North Marion Senior. Standing third today, Anna Whitehouse of the Forest High FFA. In fourth place, Liliana Guerrera of the Dunellen 4-H Club. In fifth place, Bailey K. Loy of the Forest High FFA. In sixth place, Lily Hammock showing Fort McCoy Middle, a chapter goat. Number seventh place today is Ashlyn Halleck of the Trinity Catholic FFA. In eighth place, showing for Two Rivers 4-H, Gracie Alt. In ninth place today, this is the chapter goat, Forest High FFA. In 10th place today, Aubrey Sig of the Cracker Country 4-H. And in 11th place, Savannah Carter of the Lake Weir High FFA chapter. So congratulations to our second middleweight class in our goat show today. Next, we have in the show ring our heavyweight goats. We have Kyle Rich representing the Kendrick 4-H Club. Hannah Miller from the Forest High FFA. Trip Phillips, Country Clovers 4-H. Savannah Ayala of the Trinity Catholic FFA. We have a goat that belongs to the Trinity Catholic chapter. Hayden Ballman, Hayden showing with the Vanguard High FFA. Will Love, Will representing the Bellevue Bald Eagles. Natalie Atkins, Natalie showing for the Stars and Stripes 4-H. Josie Law, Josie showing with Fort McCoy, 4-Leaf 4-H. Brianna Lopez, showing with the Stars and Stripes 4-H. And Nuan Nieves of the Bellevue Middle FFA chapter. These goats will range in weight from 101 to 132 pounds.
Again, a really competitive class of goats as we get into our heavyweight class. I think there's some things you can do as we get further down the line. The one thing to me that I feel is fair, I'm very, very, very comfortable with is the goat that we're going to start the class with. I think he's the logical place to start and does so for me very comfortably. He excels this class. He's just so much wider base than every other goat out in here. Several of them coming in behind him, even though they're similar in weight, they can just fit through his body cavity. This goat is so tremendously wide through the floor of his chest, yet his shoulder lays into him exceptionally well. Huge top in him, smooth, works out into a nice loin. You know, maybe there's some that we've seen that maybe have been a tick shallower, but to be this wide, this smooth from his shoulder into his forerib, this smooth and still able to get out and move and some flexibility, it's a very impressive goat we start the class with. Goat coming in second is one that, you know, I just wish he was fresher about his skin. That, to me, is one of his biggest drawbacks. He's really big-footed, big at the ground, like the rib in this goat. He's got a lot of shape and a nice touch and some expression to his top. Maybe could be a little thicker-ended, but to me, the biggest detriment on this one, I just wish he was a little fresher skinned. The goat coming in here third, he has that advantage over the goat that I place above him as far as being just a lot fresher to the touch, a lot crisper in his shape. To me, I just wish he was a little bit wider throughout. Of the top three, I think he's probably the most narrow constructed, especially in terms of his rib cage. A bigger, heavier weight goat coming in here next in line. A goat that I admire. He's just really practical, you know, does a lot of really things well. Just no wow factor about him compared to the ones. He's got a nice skeleton, but he's not the most eye-appealing on the set. He handles acceptable, but doesn't have the wow factor when you put your hands on him. But just a really, really good, complete, fault-free kind of a goat that I admire a lot, and we need to give this exhibitor a lot of credit for. A goat coming in next in line, similar, a goat that I have a lot of admiration for. Again, just being real smooth, real complete, maybe compared to the ones that we place above. I just wish we could be a little bit bigger hipped and thicker ended. Goat coming in here next, heavyweight goat really, really stout at the ground, big his rib cage, but a goat today that, you know, when we're getting up to his heavier weights, we just need to have a cutability change on him. He's starting to pack a little bit too much cover on him to move up into the top five, but a really, really good goat that handles this weight exceptionally well. Really, really good class. Let's give all these kids a big round of applause.
Congratulations to our heavyweight class winning the class today, representing Kendrick 4-H, Kyle Rich. In second place, Will Love of the Bellevue Bald Eagles. In third today, Hannah Miller of the Forest High FFA. In fourth place, Hayden Ballman of the Vanguard High FFA. In fifth place, Trip Phillips of the Country Clovers 4-H. In sixth place, Janon Naeves of the Bellevue Middle FFA. In seventh place, the Trinity Catholic Chapter Goat. In eighth place, Natalie Atkins of the Stars and Stripes 4-H. Standing ninth today, Josie Law of the Fort McCoy Four-Leaf Clover 4-H Club. In 10th place, Brianna Lopez of the Stars and Stripes 4-H. And in 11th place, Savannah Ayala of the Trinity Catholic FFA. We will have our three class winners come back now to compete for our grand champion in our market goats. We have representing our heavyweights, Kyle Rich. Our middleweight is represented by Kirsten Burbage, the North Marion Junior FFA Chapter Lamb. And our lightweight representative is Erica Estrada of the Dunellen High FFA Chapter. From these three entries, our judge will choose the grand champion. We'll ask the second place animal in that class to come back to compete for reserve grand champion.
Well, I'm glad we've got such a great crowd sticking around as we move into our goat show that's hung around after our sheep show. Really, really good lineup of goats out here. Really pleased with our 3 class winners. Once again, though, when we get out here and get our lineup, we need to take a second for those of you that maybe weren't here for the sheep show, or we've had some new staff changes. Let's take a second and again extend our gratitude and thanks to all the volunteers that have gone into putting this great event on, and give them a big round of applause at this time. You know, we've had a smaller goat show than a sheep show, but certainly the kids are of great quality and great caliber, and at the end of the day, that's what we're out here for. You know, we're going to pick out a champion goat and show you which one my favorite is, but at the end of the day, what's more important is the amount of work and the responsibility and the work ethic that we've instilled in these young people and the learning experiences. There's definitely some differences out here, but there's one that I'm really comfortable with to use as our champion, I think, and then we'll bring the second in and we'll pick out a reserve. But really just an outstanding group of goats, but more importantly, a great group of young people, and again, a great group of volunteers that have gone in and donors to have made this show possible. So again, just want to say how impressed I am with all the support the young people are getting today from this great community. I'll go out and I'll show you my champion goat, and we'll pick a reserve.
And your 2025 Southeastern Youth Fair Market Goat Champion, representing the Kendrick 4-H, Kyle Ridge. Congratulations, Kyle. We'll now be looking for Will Love to come back in. Will representing the Bellevue Bald Eagles. Will stood second in that heavyweight class. And now from these 3 entries, our judge will pick our reserve grand champion. And your 2025 Reserve Grand of the Southeastern Market Goat Show, Erica Estrada of the Dunellen High FFA chapter. So Erica, congratulations to you. Kyle, congratulations to you, our 2 winners. It is being sponsored this year by Broadbent and Knowles Doctors of Veterinary Medicine. So Dr. Broadbent and Dr. Knowles, thank you both for sponsoring the Grand and Reserve Grand Champion of this year's Goat Show. And Kyle and Erica, once again, congratulations to you both. We now have the entries coming in for our dairy goat portion of our show today. These are our junior does. We have Grace Smith from Westport High FFA. Phoebe Moss Carrasco of the Bellevue High FFA. Aniston Post of the Dunellen 4-H. Jack Herpely of the Leading the Way 4-H Club. Faith Taylor also showing for Leading the Way. Jasmine Raymond of the Westport High FFA. Hunter Rice showing for the Dunellen 4-H. Aubrey Welch showing with Happy Trails 4-H. Jordan Drillick, Jordan showing with the Dunellen 4-H Club. Alyssa Cook of the Westport High FFA. Augusto Costa, also showing with Westport High FFA. Josie Law, Josie showing with the Fort McCoy Forley 4-H. Hemmenup Murdoch showing with the Prime Cuts 4-H. And Morgan Hawkins showing with the Happy Trails 4-H Club. These are our 14 entries into our junior doe class.
Well, as you probably can tell from outside the ring, we've got a lot of variety in this class in terms of ages, in terms of where we're at. So I went through, took some time to try to get an understanding from the exhibitor, both their knowledge, make sure that they know a little bit about their project. I want to know about their age and where they're at, and their production process here as we try to, grow these does out into what we've got up here in the first place. To me, I guess the logical place to start is not only because she's already got kids on the ground, but this is the doe that to me just surfaces in terms of having that dairy look to her. That femininity, that angularity up through her front end is second to none in this class. The levelness, how she gets out and travels around the ring. She's square off her front end assembly. Her hip, her hind leg design just have that really dairy look to her. Obviously, she gives us an advantage. We can already see how the udder attachment's at a high level for her. Just a really place that I'm very comfortable to start with, just for her structural correctness, the femininity and angularity up to her front end, the smoothness of her joints and everything. Doe coming in next is one that's obviously about to pop and give us some kids on the ground here. She similarly, I like the way her front end assembly is. I like the levelness she gets about around the ring with, and I like the fact that she's still able to move around with some flexibility. Obviously, when we start to get heavy bred, some does will break down with their structure a little bit, and she still moves around the ring with some fluidity. Another extended angular fronted one that we'll run here in third. That's what I appreciate about this one, that and her correctness of her assembly. Doe coming in next that we're going to leave here. Also another one that's very impressive in terms of just being angular, correct in the way her feet hit the ground, balanced. It's got the right type of body cavity as we progress her down the road. Coming in next in line, another really outstanding angular, extended feminine fronted doe. Similarly, maybe not quite as strong in her top line. Maybe wants to open up a little bit more from the knee to the ground. I'd like to see her front end assembly a little bit more correct, but really like how strong she is on her pasterns. Another really angular, long level one that comes in next in line that I appreciate that. Again, she's able to get out and maneuver the ring with some flexibility. Really, really deep class, a lot of fun to work through. Let's give all these kids a hand.
Congratulations to these exhibitors in our junior doe class. Winning the class today, representing Fort McCoy 4-Leaf 4-H, Josie Law. In second place, Aubrey Welch of the Happy Trails 4-H Club. In third place today, Grace Smith of the Westport High FFA. Standing fourth, Augusto Costa of the Westport High FFA. In fifth place, Hunter Rice with the Dunellen 4-H Club. In sixth place, Phoebe Mascarasco of the Bellevue Senior FFA. In seventh place, Faith Taylor of the Leading the Way 4-H. In eighth place, Jasmine Raymond of the Westport High FFA. In ninth place today, Emia Murdoch of the Prime Cuts 4-H. In 10th place, Aniston Post of the Dunellen 4-H Club. In 11th place, Jordan Drillick of the Dunellen 4-H. In 12th place today, Alyssa Cook of the Westport High FFA. And in 13th, Jack Herpley of the Leading the Way 4-H. And in 14th place, Morgan Hawkins. Morgan showing with the Happy Trails 4-H Club. In the ring now are our senior does in the dairy division. Morgan Hawkins of the Happy Trails 4-H. Haley Cabrera, Dunellen 4-H. Kellyanne Burroughs showing with Westport FFA. Phoebe Mascarasco of the Bellevue High FFA. Bendy Miller with the Leading the Way 4-H. Kaylin Benson with the Dunellen High FFA. Dominic Riester Cabrera of the Dunellen 4-H Club. Aubrey Welch showing with the Happy Trails 4-H Club. Charlie Schaefer showing with the Dunellen 4-H. Faith Taylor showing with the Leading the Way 4-H. McKenna Herpely showing with Leading the Way 4-H. Grace Smith showing with Westport FFA. Alyssa Cook showing with the Westport FFA. Blake Morales showing with the Leading the Way 4-H. Matthew Morales also showing with Leading the Way 4-H. And Jasmine Raymond showing with the Westport High FFA. These are the senior doe in the dairy division.
Another class with a lot of range of variety and differences in ages and stages of where we are in production. A lot of differences to sort through, a lot of data to collect from the young people and weigh and balance. That being said, the doe we're going to start with for me, I think, does so pretty handedly. Again, just exudes everything you would want to look for, just super correct in terms of her skeletal assembly, the dariness and angularity of her front end, the way her look to her mammary system. I really like how high and tight her udder attachment is. That's certainly something that's very impressive about this one. And then again, you combine that with that extension, that angularity, and that flatness of shoulder, how she's able to walk around the ring, the correctness and the angles to her skeleton off both ends is very impressive. The doe we're going to use here in second, maybe we could tie her neck in a little bit better at the top of her shoulder, but she similarly is tall-fronted. Doe that has that angular look that we're looking for up through her front end. She gets out and she travels with the hip. Again, I like the mammary system. I like the attachment that we have there. Doe coming in next, maybe one that we maybe overfilled a little bit too much, overbagged for the show today. She's maybe isn't able to get around the ring quite as flexibly because of the size of her udder, but again, gotta like the attachment. She's probably not as feminine and extended and angular about her front end. Doe coming in next in line is probably another one. Maybe we doesn't quite have the hip, doesn't have that wedge shape to her that we find in some of the other ones, but you have to like the extension that she offers, the smoothness and flatness of bone in their joints in particular is very admirable about this one. Moving on down the line, we've got another really good doe coming in here next. Maybe one that just doesn't have that front end quality we find in some of the other ones higher up down the line. Again, really good group. Let's give all these people a big round of applause as they exit the ring.
Congratulations to our senior doe exhibitors winning the class today. Aubrey Welch of the Happy Trails 4-H Club. Congratulations, Aubrey. Standing second, Jasmine Raymond of the Westport High FFA. In third place, Kellyanne Burroughs of the Westport High FFA. In fourth place, Phoebe Mascarasco of the Bellevue High FFA. Fifth place is Grace Smith, Westport High FFA. In sixth place, Alyssa Cook of the Westport High FFA. In seventh place, Dominic Reister Cabrera of the Dunellen 4-H. Eighth place goes to Faith Taylor, leading the way 4-H. Ninth place is Blake Morales of the Leading the Way 4-H. In 10th place, Kaylin Benson of the Dunellen High FFA chapter. Standing 11th, Haley Cabrera of the Dunellen 4-H. In 12th place, Matthew Morales of the Leading the Way 4-H. 13th is Morgan Hawkins of the Happy Trails 4-H. 14th is Bendy Miller, Leading the Way 4-H. In 15th place, McKenna Herpely of Leading the Way 4-H. So congratulations to our senior doe class today. And we want to say thanks to Seiler Farms. They have sponsored our Dairy Goat Show. Thank you, Seiler Farms.
Well, as we get our class winners back out here from a very competitive Dairy Goat Show, certainly I'm excited with the ones that we have out here, but the one that's going to win today is the one that won a very competitive class, and I thought did so quite handily. It'll be the one out of our aged class will be our champion.
Congratulations to Aubrey Welch. She will be our grand champion in our dairy show competition. And our reserve grand champion, also coming out of that senior doe class, Jasmine Raymond of the Westport High FFA chapter. So Aubrey and Jasmine, congratulations to you both. And congratulations to all the participants of our Dairy Goat Show. And again, we want to say thanks to Seiler Farms for sponsoring the Dairy Goat Show this year. We are now ready to begin the meat doe portion of our show today. Our first class coming in will be our junior meat nannies. We have Brinley Durham of the Caprine 4-H. Evelyn Durham of the Caprine 4-H. We have the Vanguard High FFA chapter. Have Adeline Edmondson showing the Lake Weir Middle chapter animal. Jake Herpley showing the Leading the Way 4-H. Gracie Alt with Two Rivers 4-H. Marcella Hunter with the Happy Trails 4-H. Freya Phillips with the Country Clovers 4-H. Tinley Lewis with the Bellevue Bald Eagles 4-H. Brooke Sakuda, Brooke showing with the Caprine 4-H. Kendall Lasher, Kendall showing with the Country Clovers. Trip Phillips, Trip also showing with the Country Clovers. Sophia Redondo showing with the North Marion High FFA. Maylee Farmer, Maylee showing with the North Marion Middle FFA. Easton Davis, Easton showing with the Country Clovers 4-H. Kirsten Burbage, Kirsten showing with the North Marion High FFA. And representing the Osceola Middle FFA, Carly Porcelia. We want to say thanks to Sam and K-Love. They are sponsoring our Junior Meet Nannies class. Thank you, Sam and Kay. Also have several other sponsors of the Goat Show that we'd like to mention today. Agra Promo, they are our premier exhibitor sponsor. Sherry Roberts, sponsoring the record book. Yandel's Building Materials, Double S Red Barn, Ocala Breeders Feed and Supply, all sponsoring our classes today. The ABC Body Shop, sponsoring the Junior Showmanship. The Magnolia Business District, sponsoring the Intermediate Showmanship. And Mullins Auto, sponsoring the Senior Showmanship. Also, once again, veterinarians Dr. Broadbent and Dr. Knowles, grateful to them for helping to sponsor. And we really appreciate all of these individuals and businesses who have helped to make this Goat Show possible today. Let's have a big round of applause for all of our sponsors for our Goat Show today.
Really deep class, a lot of power here at the top. The doe we're going to start with is just so wide from end to end, and she's able to move around the ring with some flexibility and athleticism, and that's an impressive thing to put together. So when you find one that's that wide and still able to be that smooth and feminine about her shoulder, open up in her rib cage, and still have the flexibility, I really feel comfortable starting the class with this doe. Really outstanding one. Our dapple doe here that comes in next exudes femininity, correctness. Gotta like how that shoulder, her neck comes out of her shoulder. Gotta like how she looks from the side. Very correct set of feet and legs. Maybe wants to open up a little bit more from the knee to the ground than our class winner. Isn't quite as opened up from end to end. Isn't as wide walking away as what we find. Really a complete kind of a doe coming in next. One that maybe doesn't have the wow factor, the two does ahead of her as far as just her overall skeletal assembly, her front end, her body cavity, but certainly one that you have to run up. Really like the way the chest floor sits this one, how clean she is and compared to some of the ones down the line as far as the way her shoulder and her breastplate sit together. Really outstanding type of a doe coming in next. Really stout, broody, bold-bodied kind of a doe coming in here in fourth. One that maybe just isn't quite as feminine and clean about her front end as the ones we find above. Really another good, upstanding doe here coming in next. One that, to me, I guess, when we get out and watch her in motion, I don't know if she's quite as correct from the knee to the ground as some of the ones we placed above her. Doe coming in here next. One that maybe isn't quite as smooth down her top line, isn't quite as feminine about her front end and her sternum as some of the ones that we find, but I really appreciate just the flexibility and athleticism of this one. Just wish we could open her up a nickel more to move her up higher. Really good group of does. Let's give the kids a hand.
Congratulations to that junior nanny class. Winning the class today is Kirsten Burbage of the North Marion High Junior FFA. Second place, Sophia Redondo of the North Marion High. Standing third today, Easton Davis of the Country Clovers 4-H. In fourth place, Maylee Farmer of the North Marion Middle FFA. In fifth place, Brinley Durham of the Caprine 4-H. Sixth place goes to Evelyn Durham of the Caprine 4-H. In seventh place, Kendall Lasher of the Country Clovers 4-H. In eighth place, Carly Porcelli of the Osceola Middle FFA. In ninth place is Tripp Phillips of the Country Clovers 4-H. 10th goes to Brooke Sakuda, the Caprine 4-H. 11th is Tinley Lewis of the Bellevue Bald Eagles. 12th place, Gracie Alt, Two Rivers 4-H. In 13th place, Freya Phillips of the Country Clovers 4-H. 14th is Marcella Hunter, Happy Trails 4-H. 15th place is Jack Herpley of the Leading the Way 4-H. 16th is Adeline Edmondson of the Lake Weir Middle FFA. And 17th is the Vanguard High. This is the chapter goat. Congratulations, and again we say thanks to Sam and Kay Love for sponsoring that junior class. We now have our senior meet nannies. This class is sponsored by Love's Landing. Entries here are Briano Colosimo of the Southern Roots 4-H. Lila Benson of the Bellevue Middle FFA chapter. Addison Colosimo of the Southern Roots 4-H. Kate Mims of the Kendrick 4-H Club. Brinley Jelks of the Stars and Stripes 4-H. Tripp Phillips of the Country Clovers 4-H. Cooper Alt showing with Dunellen Christian Academy FFA. Brinley Durham of the Caprine 4-H Club. And Easton Davis showing with the Country Clovers 4-H. This is our senior meet nannies. This will be our last class of the contest today. We'll bring our winners back for our grand champion in the meet does, and then we'll move into our showmanship classes.
Moving into our aged one, to me the dapple we're going to start with just is the combination one in the class in terms of angularity and structural correctness, while still having some width, some body cavity, some rib cage. The one here that we're going to leave here in second, I really wish this one from a condition standpoint, in my opinion, is a little over-conditioned. We can see the amount of grease she's pushing up front, but beyond that, wide base, tucked up in her chest despite the amount of cover we've got on her. Big rib cage. I think this one has a productive future in her, but it'd be nice if we could just clean her up and trim her down a little bit and get her a little bit more appropriate breeding condition. Same can be said for the one coming in here in third. I appreciate the extension, the length, the foot size. Again, one I just like to moderate down in terms of her condition to a more breeding one. Appropriate condition for me personally. The one here coming in next is one that's bred and is about to kid. To me, I just wish at the ground we were just a little bit stouter in terms of our bone work and a little bit wider chested to move up higher, but I appreciate the productive value of the one coming in fourth. Really, really good group of does. Let's give all these kids a big round of applause as they exit the ring.
Congratulations to our senior meet nanny class. Trip Phillips is the winner, Country Clovers 4-H. Second place goes to Brinley Durham, Caprine 4-H. Standing third is Easton Davis of the Country Clovers. In fourth place, Lila Benson of the Bellevue Middle FFA. In fifth place, Brinley Jelks of the Stars and Stripes. Sixth place goes to Cooper Alt of the Dunellen Christian Academy FFA. Seventh is Kate Mims of the Kendrick 4-H Club. Eighth place is Aubriana Colosimo of the Southern Roots. And ninth is Addison Colosimo of the Southern Roots 4-H Club. So we will now have Trip to stay in to compete for our grand champion meet nannies. He'll be competing against our junior meet nanny champion, Kirsten Burbage of the North Marion High Junior FFA chapter.
We get our two class winners back out here. And certainly there's some differences between the pair, but I think for me, I'm very comfortable with where we're going to go. It's been an outstanding meet doe division. Certainly there's been a lot of numbers, a lot of quality, a lot of variation, but I really like the combination of the one we're going to use to win in terms of being able to get out and move and still having a lot of width and a lot of value from a meat animal production standpoint. I'll show you the one I like. We'll bring in the second. We'll select a reserve. But again, let's give all these great young kids a big round of applause.
Kirsten Burbage of the North Marion High Junior FFA. She will be our grand champion. We'll be looking for Sophia Redondo of the North Marion High Seniors. She'll be coming back in. She was the second place entry in that class, and so she will be competing against Trip for our reserve grand champion. And congratulations, Sophia Redondo, North Marion High FFA. North Marion takes both the grand and the reserve here in our Meat Goat Show. So congratulations to you both. We are excited for you. We want to say thanks once again to Sam Love, Kay Love, also Love's Landing for supporting these classes and our goat show this year. Ocala Business Leaders has sponsored our Grand Champion and Reserve Champion classes this day. And so we want to say thanks to the Ocala Business Leaders. We'll give our exhibitors just a moment to gather up their animals, and we'll be expecting our seniors coming in for showmanship. We'll have 3 heats in that senior division, and we'll have that first heat coming in just a moment. This is our first heat now coming in the senior division. Natalie Atkins of the Stars and Stripes 4-H. Savannah Ayala of the Trinity Catholic FFA. Hayden Ballman, Vanguard High FFA. Kaylin Benson of the Dunellen High FFA. Kirsten Burbage, Kirsten showing with North Marion High FFA. Kellyanne Burrows, Kellyanne showing with Westport High FFA. Aubriana Colosimo of the Southern Roots 4-H. Augusto Costa, Augusto showing with Westport High. Brinley Durham showing with Caprine 4-H. Erica Estrada showing with the Dunellen High FFA. We have the Forest High, this is a chapter exhibit. And Liliana Guerrera of the Dunellen 4-H Club. This will be Heat 1 in our senior division. The senior division is being sponsored this year by Mullins Auto, another longtime supporter of the Southeastern Youth Fair, so we appreciate them very much.
All right, really great group of kids here on the side here that we're going to dismiss. They're doing an outstanding job as we work through showmanship. You know, it'll be kind of the same standards we were looking for in the sheep show. Obviously, we have to take into account some kids are showing market goats, some kids are showing meat does, and some kids are showing dairy does and the different standards in that. We'll try to keep that in mind. Really good group of kids out here. We made comments with them, and we'll give them a hand as they exit the ring.
Our judge has pulled 3 of the exhibitors out of this first heat. Kirsten Burbage of the North Marion High FFA, Brinley Durham of the Caprine 4-H, and Erica Estrada of the Dunellen High FFA. We'll stage them over while our second heat comes in, and our judge will pull from that as well. And then we'll have our third senior heat to come into the ring. Our second heat now coming in, Ashlyn Halleck. Ashlyn showing with Trinity Catholic. Morgan Hawkins showing with Happy Trails 4-H. McKenna Herpely showing with Leading the Way 4-H. Alyssa Koch showing with Westport High. Brianna Lopez showing with Stars and Stripes. Bailey K. Loy showing with Forest High. Phoebe Carrasco showing with the Bellevue High. Bendy Miller showing with Leading the Way 4-H. Hannah Miller showing with Forest High FFA. Kate Mims showing with Kendrick 4-H. Daniel Smith showing with the North Marion Junior FFA. And Katie Curd showing for the North Marion Senior FFA chapter. This will be our second heat in our senior showmanship division.
Another really, really good group of kids that we're going to dismiss. Again, the variety and type of animal we're showing and taking that into account. So let's all give them a big round of applause as they exit the ring.
Our judge has pulled 2 entries from this second heat. Morgan Hawkins of the Happy Trails 4-H Club and Phoebe Mascarasco of the Bellevue High Senior FFA chapter. They'll be staged over here to the side while our third and final heat of the senior division comes into the ring. In this third heat, we have Jasmine Raymond. Jasmine showing with the Westport High FFA. Sophia Redondo. Sophia with the North Marion High FFA. Kyle Rich. Kyle showing with Kendrick 4-H. Brooke Sakuda showing with the Caprine 4-H. Grace Smith showing with the Westport High FFA. Have Trinity Catholic. This is a chapter goat. Kaylin Long showing with the Vanguard High FFA. Logan Cook showing with Westport FFA. Anna Whitehouse showing with Forest High FFA. Jillian Willoughby with the Westport High FFA. And Riley Duttlinger with the Lake Weir High FFA.
We're at another really great group of young people here in our final heat of the senior goat division. Let's give them all a hand as they exit.
Out of that third heat, we have Jasmine Raymond coming back, Westport High, Sophia Redondo of the North Marion High, and Kyle Rich of the Kendrick 4-H Club. They will join Phoebe Mascarasco, along with Morgan Hawkins, Erica Estrada, Brinley Durham, and Kirsten Burbage. And this right here are our top exhibitors in our senior showmanship. Let's give them a big round of applause. Great job to these exhibitors this afternoon.
Really impressive group of young people we have out here in our senior drive of our goat show. We'll go through and we'll make some comments about each of them, and we'll pick out our top three. Again, we've got three different types of animals being shown out here, but you know, some of the things that are apparent between these that kept them coming back is just the control they have over their animal, the poise, how they move about the ring, spacing, staying in a straight line. All those things are consistent regardless of the animal you're showing, and I think all of these did an exemplary job of that. Young lady here at the front of the line, very in control. That doe's obviously been worked at. Really good about keeping that pose. She's really good with the head and neck on this doe. Very good at consistency on set. Young lady coming in second, another one that does a really, really nice job with her doe. Maybe not quite as consistent as far as every time having her feet and legs in the same place as some of the others, but does a tremendous job. We've got a market goat coming here. He's been wanting to fight a little bit. He's been getting a little cold, but when we get him stuck, we give a really, really good look. I just like a little more consistency. Our aged dairy doe here has been around the block, and you can tell she's got a lot of experience, but just the poise and how smooth and effortless this exhibitor moves this goat around the ring is very impressive. She's wanting to move on us a little bit. I wish she would stay still. Again, part of that's probably because she's a little chilly. Two exhibitors coming in next. Young lady here does a nice job. Her goat's wanting to move on her. Maybe compared to some, I appreciate how precise and quick she is. Maybe could be just a nickel smoother with how we move those feet and legs and keep that top level. Another really exemplary job here. Again, maybe consistency with how we have this one stretched out. Sometimes she's a little short, sometimes she's a little longer than she is, stretched out longer, so consistency there. Young man with the weather here, he's doing a tremendous job, but again, consistency. Just a second ago, he didn't have that goat set up 100%. Now he's got him a lot better. So those are things to always work on those details. And then down here with the dapple, another one where we just do a tremendous job given that silhouette, but one that's also wanting to move on us. But again, all these kids do a really, really great job. To me, again, we're going back, we're looking at ring experience, just all those little details that go into just being a good showman besides getting your animals set up, you know, ring awareness, staying in a straight line. And to me, there's an exhibitor that stood out throughout the course of the day, and that'll be our young lady on the end here with the doe. For reserve, I think there's another exhibitor that's been doing a tremendous job. Again, just the comfort, the ease, the fluidity, and smoothness. Young lady with the dairy doe here will be our reserve. And then when we come back for third, again, I go back to just level of difficulty, again, consistency, but also the ability to take one and make one look really, really good. When we get this market goat stuck, we can make him look really good. She does a tremendous job showing meat goats.
Congratulations to our top three in our senior showmanship. Winning senior showmanship representing North Marion High FFA. This is Kirsten Burbidge. Congratulations, Kirsten. In second place from the Happy Trails 4-H, Morgan Hawkins. Congratulations, Morgan. And in third place from Dunellen High FFA, Erica Estrada. Congratulations to these three young ladies. Well done in our senior showmanship. Haley Cabrera of the Dunellen 4-H Club. Easton Davis showing with the Country Clovers 4-H. Jordan Drillick, Jordan showing with Dunellen 4-H. Maylee Farmer, Maylee showing with the North Marion Middle FFA. Lily Hammock showing with the Fort McCoy Middle FFA. Brinley Jelks, Brinley showing with the Stars and Stripes 4-H. And Annabella Holly showing with the Lake Weir Middle FFA chapter. This will be our first heat in the intermediate division.
Another really good group of young people. We went through and made comments. One of the biggest things that we're seeing out here is just trying to be consistent with how we have our animal looking every time we get a look. And, you know, I know with the weather, some of these goats are wanting to dance a little bit, and that's a challenge. But the ones we're keeping back are doing a nice job of just some consistency of presentation. Again, let's give these young people a big round of applause for their efforts. They've been working hard on these projects.
Congratulations to the exhibitors pulled out of this first heat. This is Lila Benson of the Bellevue Middle FFA and Maylee Farmer of the North Marion Middle FFA. We'll stage them while we wait for our second heat to come in. Congratulations to all of our first heat exhibitors. Heat 2 now is in the ring. This is Kendall Lasher, Kendall with the Country Clovers 4-H. Josie Law with the Fort McCoy 4-Leaf 4-H. Blake Morales with the Leading the Way 4-H. Jeyu Neves of the Bellevue Middle FFA. Trip Phillips with the Country Clovers 4-H. Evelyn Durham with the Caprine 4-H. Carly Porcelli showing with Osceola Middle FFA. Dominic Reister Cabrera with the Dunellen 4-H Club. Faith Taylor with the Leading the Way 4-H. And Aubrey Welch with the Happy Trails 4-H Club.
Another really, really good group of exhibitors out here. We'll give them a hand as they exit the ring. They're doing a tremendous job.
Coming back out of that second heat will be Kendall Lasher of the Country Clovers 4-H, Evelyn Durham of the Caprine 4-H, and Aubrey Welch of the Happy Trails 4-H. And they will join Maylee Farmer and Lila Benson from that first heat. And so this right here will be for your championship in the intermediate division of the showmanship contest. We want to thank the Magnolia Business District for sponsoring our intermediate showmanship contest this year. Another longtime supporter, the Magnolia Business District.
Let's give our intermediate exhibitors a nice hand. This group certainly is extremely close, and there's a lot of give and take. And even as we watch them out here, you know, we're getting at the end of the day, and some of these goats are wanting to get back to the barn. So they're presenting them some challenges, and even some of the kids that went to the back were dealing with challenges. And there's an element of just, you know, the animal's not always going to work perfect, so you got to find a way to overcome and be patient. And we see that with these exhibitors. Their smoothness, their calmness, their composure is what brings them out here. Young lady at the beginning of the line just does a tremendous job. Maybe if we can nitpick, keep that goat in a straighter line. Her shoulder's closer to me at the present moment than her hip. I would just like to see that goat stay in a straighter line. Young lady coming in second, has alternated her showing positions a little bit. Right now she's standing off to the side. Earlier she was kind of bracing her up a little bit. Again, just for me, consistency of feet and leg placement, but it's just done a tremendous job, and I just like the calmness and composure. Very intense showman coming in here in third. Her does also want to be very a little more uncooperative if we get out here in this line, but I just appreciate the intensity. Moves with purpose, is efficient but not herky-jerky when she goes to set. So I like those things. There's like an element of smoothness but an efficiency to how she works about the ring that's very impressive. Again, but you know, that doe's giving her fits on trying to be consistent. Another doe here that, you know, when we get her set right, we get a really, really good look. Another exhibitor that's just really composed, very, very good with her eye contact. Again, maybe just try to keep working to be consistent with how we have that doe set. And then our dairy exhibitor here at the end of the line, you know, her doe's starting to get a little cold on her, wanting to get back to the barn, but even from the dairy show, super consistent. I remember from class, a very long class with a lot of goats, and every time I looked over, I got a really good look. Her doe's getting a little more difficult for her to deal with right now, but again, does a tremendous job, very natural, very comfortable, someone that you can tell has been around the animals and is very, very smooth with how she does her work. For me, I think, again, it's very, very close. I'm going to go ahead and use the young lady with the intensity that's out here competing and want to win. Here in the middle will be our champion. Coming back here to pick our reserve, another very, very close decision, one that could go a number of different ways. The young lady in the front does just such a calm, cool, collected job. She'll be our reserve. And then for third overall, again, I just go back to having the ability as a showman to surface in a really, really big class and never giving the judge a bad look. Going back, the the bulk of her work was done in class today in the Darius show. She'll be our third.
Congratulations, our intermediate winner, Kendall Lasher of the Country Clovers 4-H. And in second place from North Marion, Maylee Farmer. And in third place from the Happy Trails 4-H, Aubrey Welch. So congratulations to these three young ladies who have the winners in our intermediate division of showmanship. These are our junior showmen that are now coming into the show ring. We have Gracie Ann Auld from the Two Rivers 4-H Club, Addison Colosimo from the Southern Roots 4-H, Hunter Rice from the Dunellen 4-H Club, Jack Herpely, Jack showing with the Leading the Way 4-H, Marcella Hunter, Marcella showing with the Happy Trails 4-H. Tinley Lewis, Tinley showing with the Bellevue Bald Eagles 4-H. Will Love, Will showing with the Bellevue Bald Eagles 4-H. Matthew Morales, Matthew showing with Leading the Way 4-H. Himana Murdoch showing with Prime Cuts 4-H. Freya Phillips, Freya shows with the Country Clovers 4-H. Aniston Post, Aniston showing with the Dunellen 4-H. Also representing the Dunellen 4-H is Charlie Schaefer. And Aubrey Sig, Aubrey showing with the Cracker Country 4-H Club. Our junior showmanship contest is sponsored by ABC Body Shop.
Let's give our juniors a big round of applause. They're doing a great job. Same thing as in the sheep show. The one thing I want to encourage all of them to do, we had 3 heats of senior, 2 heats of intermediate, 1 heat of junior, is you guys need to recruit your buddies and your friends at school and show them what a great experience and a good time it is to show livestock and be part of the Southeastern Youth Fair is, so we can have a larger entry in our junior goat show division, showmanship division next year at the show, because this is a really great project, and I hope you guys continue to try to grow our numbers and grow entries. There's, a lot of give and take out here. I went through and I made some comments, in the junior division, keeping our line straight, keeping feet and legs set up, staying patient with uncooperative goats. All those things come into play. But there's a couple exhibitors out here that have surfaced for various things. Effort, trying, certainly at this level in the junior division, not giving up, and, the animal's not going to work perfect, but always being there, always having some enthusiasm goes a long way. I'll show you the exhibitor that to me kind of surfaces for that level of try. He's out here, he's enthusiastic. It's not been perfect, but he's not giving up. I'll be a young man right here with that goat right there. Will be our champion junior showman. We talk about being calm, and, we've had that today. Sometimes these animals pick up on our nerves, and if you want your animal to be calmer, I tell kids a lot of times, sometimes being a calmer animal begins with you. And there's an exhibitor out here, and, we've had some of these does out here with their kids, and it's been a bit of a rodeo. And there's an exhibitor that we'll use for reserve that has just been very, very calm from the show and now, and you can see the calmness of which she handles her animals. And when you're handling livestock, maintaining calmness and maintaining composure goes a long way in those livestock being calm. And I think rewarding that young lady with this black doe being reserve, just how calm and collected she is, definitely is very impressive. That'll be our reserve. And again, when we pick a third, obviously, there's a lot of really, really great options. A lot of kids out here doing a tremendous job. So I just go back to one out there that, again, it may not be perfect, but I just like the effort. We're always trying. We're always being intense. We're always making eye contact. Young lady on the end here will be our third overall. Again, let's give all these kids a big round of applause as they leave.
Congratulations to our junior winners in our showmanship contest. Winning that junior division, representing the Bellevue Bald Eagles, this is Will Love. Congratulations, Will. In second place from Southern Roots 4-H, Addison Colosimo. And in third place from Cracker Country, this is Aubrey Sig. So congratulations to Will, Addison, and Aubrey. And again, we say thanks to ABC Body Shop for sponsoring our junior showmanship. This will conclude our goat show today. I want to say thanks to our judge, Mr. Mark. Thank you, sir. You've done a great job today. Thank you for the time that you have spent with our exhibitors today. We very much appreciate it. We're going to be having our kitty goat show here in just a few moments. And so if you are registered for that, go ahead and get ready. We'll look forward to seeing you out here in the ring here in a few moments as well. This event is one of our favorite times of the year here at the Southeastern Youth Fair. This is the Kitty Goat Show. We have the opportunity to have some of our youngsters that are in training, if you will, to come and show these goats. And so we have Rainsley Schleppler, Sophia Herpley, Presley Williams, Olivia Marlin, Cole Hensley, Trenton Dredden, Chase Fulgram, Evan Padilla, Jackson McCarthy, Sonny Lamb, Jasmine Brown, Jamie Heil, Cameron Deneau, Jared Sullivan, Emmett Penny, Wiley Boop, and Ariana Boop. This is the first grouping of our Kitty Goat Show. Let's give all these youngsters a round of applause for coming in, and we also want to say thanks to these exhibitors who've hung around and allowed us to have the use of their goats. So to all the owners of the goat projects out there, we want to say thanks to you as well for coming and taking time to share your expertise and your animal with these kitty goat showers. Our judge, Miss Terry Latner, is going to come by and evaluate each one of our kitty goat showers. Congratulations to this first heat of Kitty Goat Showers. Judge Latner tells me that every one of these are winners. Congratulations. Let's give them a big round of applause as they exit the arena. Each one of our Kitty Goat Showers will get a medallion and also a t-shirt for showing here today. So congratulations to you all. We'll have our second heat coming in here in just a moment.